Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, today we are diving into an important issue affecting Ghana. Yeah, the maintenance culture in Ghana. You may or may not have noticed that public spaces in Ghana, like the roads, schools, healthcare services, even some recreational services, are in poor condition. Yeah, why is this 3-year-old building poorly maintained? Why is this 1-year road having potholes at the moment? Why is this building this? Why is this building that? Why are these places falling apart when millions of dollars or millions of cedis are spent building it and bringing it up and everything, and within a year or two it shuts down or it's in a poor state? In this video, I'm going to tell you what's going wrong and why Ghana's maintenance culture needs a major upgrade. Let's get into it. So first, what exactly do we mean by maintenance culture? Well, maintenance culture is about how we look after things, whether it's the roads we drive on, the schools our kids attend, or the hospitals we rely on for good healthcare. A good maintenance culture means taking care of things regularly so they don't break down and need expensive repairs or replacement later on. I think this is self-explanatory. If you want to understand what maintenance culture is how to maintain things, how to take care of something after it has been built. Like the Isipon Stadium, how we took care of it after it was built, now it's in a poor state. We have no good maintenance culture. Yes, some rules after it is being built, maybe a day, a week, a month, 6 months later, you just find out, oh, the streets are not working on that rules, the barricades are not working on that rules. How are we maintaining the rules? That is what we mean by maintenance culture. There is a very, very, very big problem. A lot of the public infrastructure in Ghana, maybe in the rural areas, maybe in the cities, they're falling apart. But okay, we know what the reason is, and we know why they are falling apart because of maintenance culture, because you are not taking care of it. But roads are full of potholes, schools are leaking roofs, hospitals have broken equipment. The worst part of it all is these problems they are often ignored. They are not fixed only after it has turned into a danger to its users, and it has become a bigger issue. That is when we take care of it. That is when we try to solve it. And when we are trying to solve it, it involves a lot of money. It involves a lot of money in this. Okay, let's say you build a road, you build a road. In a year time, you start noticing small potholes, like small potholes on a stretch of a 1 kilometer. We will ignore it instead of fixing that small pothole, so to avoid the bigger mess. No, we will ignore it, and that small pothole turn into big ones, different areas. Okay, and the road becomes unbearable to drive. Then we spend millions of cedis reconstructing the road again, of which if we were maintaining it good, or we had good maintenance culture, we will spend like a fraction of that million cedis reconstructing that road. So we have a very, 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 very poor maintenance culture in Ghana. I'll give you an example. If you're in Tokyo, you know the Isipon Stadium. Even not you're in Tokyo, if you're a sport lover in Tokyo, in Ghana, you know the Isipon Sports Stadium. The sports stadium that was built in 2008 for CAN 2008. After the tournament was done, and maybe a year after people were playing match on these pitches, so the stadium started damaging the roof, the seats, the tracks. Like we were just ignoring it instead of the west side of the stadium is having a problem with their seats. Maybe 2 of them are broken, maybe 3 of them are broken, maybe 10 of them are broken. Okay, let's change the 10 of them so it will deter people from breaking it again. No, you just 20 people, 20, 30, 40. And it went on and on and on. The stadium became unbearable to play football on. You can't play ball on it because it has no functioning part. Like every part of that stadium is not functioning. And now we are spending 3 point something million, maybe 4 or something million on that stadium. If we had a good maintenance culture we could have stepped in earlier, fixed it with maybe 1/4 of the money we are using now, and we will get proper benefit, proper We are just wasting money. We are just wasting money in this country. If you don't have a good maintenance culture, you'll be wasting money. Your economy will still be going down because you'll be spending more on your infrastructure than you were supposed to spend on. Bro, don't even get me started on these rules. The Accra Tema motorway. The Accra Tema motorway is over 50 years old and it's still a nightmare to drive on. The same road that was supposed to show progress. It was supposed to show progress in this country has become a hazard. Because there are potholes, yeah? Because there are potholes, there are broken street lights. Like, there are a lot of problems on that road. So people are now memorizing. They are now memorizing where the potholes are. If not, you'll be in a deadly accident and you can lose your life. Why should your citizens or why should human beings memorize potholes? Potholes! Potholes isn't something we should memorize about. We are not talking about songs, music, educational things. Potholes! We are memorizing about potholes. Why? Why should that be the case? Why should that be the case? Why does everything seem to be falling apart? Yeah? That is the question we are asking now. And there are some few reasons I can give you. From my little research I did, that's what I can give you. Yeah? Why is Ghana's maintenance culture so bad? First, attitudinal problem. Our attitude is the first problem to our maintenance culture. Many Ghanaians simply do not see maintenance as a priority. There is this mindset that if it's broken, it will get fixed eventually. Sometimes by the next government. But that kind of thinking makes things worse. It makes things worse than expected. It only happens to these public infrastructures. No private infrastructure or no infrastructure in this country that is owned by a private individual or a private company is in a poor state. Only the public ones. Because people are thinking, okay, look at this hospital in Kolebu. Oh, Kolebu doesn't have a bed. Kolebu, this ward in Kolebu, there are broken windows. Oh, let's leave it. Eventually, they will come and solve it. When they say it is in a bad state, they'll come and solve it. No. We should be saying, okay, there's a broken window. Let's report the broken window. Let's pressure them to come and solve it before it becomes a danger to the people in the hospital. But we have this mindset that, oh, yeah, I'm not the one who's supposed to fix this. The person who's supposed to fix it, when the person sees it eventually, the person will come and do it. What if the person has no idea about it? What if the person has not seen it? If you're not going to tell the person that this is what is going on, how do you think the person's about to fix it? That attitude of ours is very bad and we need to change it. Two, there is a lack of planning and budgeting. Most government projects are about construction and expansion and way less about maintenance. If the budgets do not reflect the importance of keeping things in good shape, and when maintenance funds are allocated, they often get delayed or misused. In our budget, whatever budget you people are, there should be an allocated money for maintenance, because we know that no matter what, there will be a problem that will arise that needs to be fixed. So if there is no money allocated for maintenance, red flag. No, do you know why there's not even money allocated for maintenance? Because of attitude. We don't think about it. We don't think about maintenance as something that we have to take care of it. No, we don't take care of it. And my third reason for why we have a bad attitude for maintenance culture is corruption. Maintenance budgets sometimes end up being siphoned off by contractors or local officials. Instead of using quality materials for repairs, they use cheaper, substandard options. This in turn shortens the lifespans of our building and infrastructure. Not to mention, it leaves us with a bigger bill down the line. Why? Corrupt. Everybody's corrupt. Everybody is thinking of how to eat. Obia de na dwene didi. Obia de na dwene didi. Ondwene ne yankunu ho. Ondwene de idana abilisi. So obu no obi wo mampokunu bo. Ondwene dam. Boy you know there. Oh, so I'm on 500 cedis. Let me fancy that way. Example, yeah. I'm on 5 million. Let me fancy that way. Let me got the iron rods. What's the amount of iron rods? 5 million. Papa no. Nam stabi. I'm got the iron rods 3 million. Me and Diana webu. Hey bay. Aba sama. Bonne. Yeah, you know be we are always thinking about ourselves. That is why if you are not corrupt, if you are not corrupt, there are a lot of things to talk about corruption, yeah. But let's move on, yeah. Let's move on. Hospitals are a huge concern. Like playing with our healthcare is very, very, very bad. Kolobu Teaching Hospital, for instance, has faced serious issues with broken equipment and poor sanitation. Patients often wait for long hours, sometimes in unsafe conditions, just because the necessary repairs weren't made available when needed. Why are you playing with the lives of people? Healthcare should be your number one priority. If you are building a hospital, you should be thoughtful. Like, oh yeah, I'm building a hospital. One thing may lead to the other. Let me put some funds there for maintenance. If this gets broken, immediately we fix it. That's our priority. Maintenance should be number one. After the building is built, it should be number one. You want to know the consequences of ignoring maintenance? Well, the cost will pile up. The cost eventually piles up. When you don't take care of something, it costs you way more to fix it later. It costs you way more to fix it later. A leaky roof, for example, can lead to structural damage. And instead of a simple repair, you will end up needing a rebuild. That's money you could have spent somewhere else. Bro! This should be... We let maintenance culture as we are growing up. And these people who grew... these people have grown up and they are ignoring maintenance culture. We are ignoring it. We are building subpar infrastructures for people to live in. We don't care. We don't care what happens. So far as the building is done, he's done. He does not care how they will maintain it. They will leave it to rot and they'll be the new one. Waste of money. Waste of money. The second big issue is safety. We've heard about accidents happening on bad roads and unsafe buildings, yeah? If we do not address these issues, it could cost lives. It has already cost lives in the past. We are waiting for someone to fix it. The more we wait, the more lives it claims. If somebody is supposed to get an accident on a bad road full of potholes, that person needs to be sent to the hospital to get treatment. That hospital the person is getting sent to is even in a poorer state than the roads. So how would the hospital care for the person? Will that person lose their life? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why? Let's not talk about our international image. Let's not talk about that. Yeah? Because when these stories come to Ghana and their experiences, they send it back, they write their review, whatever, and we are having a poor international image. But I'm not even going to talk about that because, well, that's something people have talking. That's for a later debate, yeah? But what can we do about it? How do we fix Ghana's maintenance culture? How do we fix Ghana's maintenance culture? First is education. Education is very, very key. We need to teach people, especially from young age. We are teaching people, especially from young age, how important maintenance is. But when they get into that position of higher attainment here, they tend to forget about it. But it's not, they tend to forget about maintenance. It's not a bad thing, but we need to continue teaching these people. Instill the maintenance culture in them. When one person starts from the top, maintaining one infrastructure to the another, it makes me think, it makes you think, oh, okay, somebody's doing it. Somebody who doesn't want this to get spoiled. Then you really think, yeah, I learned this in school. Okay, when I get to that power, I'll also do it. Yeah. If you can change people's attitude, you will be on the right track. That is one. That's the first and most important thing is education. You have to teach these people on how maintenance should be key. Second, maintenance culture should be a priority in government's budget. Every new construction project should come with a set of amount for maintenance. It should come with an allocated money. So if you are building a mall, wherever you want to build it, and the mall costs 50 million, allocate maybe 2 million for maintenance, because no matter what, maybe the mall will be able to recoup the 50 million, and we'll use that 50 million, some of that 50 million, to cater for the maintenance as the year goes on. But that 2 million, you can use that money in the first 2-3 years to maintain it, to make it in a good state, than to leave it and make it rot. So, maintenance money should be allocated in the budget. And lastly, accountability. We should hold people accountable. We need to make sure people are responsible for maintenance and are held accountable for their work. They should be held accountable for their work. If they don't do their work, they should face the necessary consequences. It is very, very, very simple. The public, we have to hold these people accountable. We should report them. Yo, this building is in the bad state. Come and fix it. Come and do the road is dark. We should be. The thing is here, if you keep asking somebody to fix the thing, and the person is not doing it, you ask again, the person not doing it, you ask again, the person not doing it, you keep on asking, the person's not doing it, just get tired and just leave it. If you get tired and leave it, that's when it costs lives of people. We just have to hold people accountable. Yeah. Ghana, we can change this maintenance culture. We can change this bad maintenance culture just by coming together. Yeah, just by coming together, everyone bringing their effort from everyone in the country, the government, businesses, citizens. We just come together. We create a better care for what we have. Yeah, we will save money, we will improve safety, and we will build a country that will last. The more I talk about this, the more angry I get, the more stressful I get. But we'll just end the video here. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? And if you have any thoughts on how Ghanaians maintenance culture or suggestion on how we can improve it, drop them in the comment section below. See you next time. Peace out.